I want to show you how powerful functional foods and vitamins are. I have found working with people that they double your progress in fixing your systems. And using the right ones is important, we'll talk about that. And they also increase weight loss significantly. Now, can you do this without any? Yes, you can. You just most likely won't make as fast a progress. We've known for years that animals that have the genes that make them get cancer, diabetes, and a shorter life can be supplemented with things like folate and B12, and all of a sudden all of their offspring no longer turn out like that. So does this happen in humans? Can supplements silence bad genes? Absolutely. Candy had some bad genes, obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and she silenced them by following the 7 Systems Plan and taking a few key supplements. So vitamins for life, what do you really need? What is the priority order? If you can just take one thing, what should it be? I would suggest a functional food. Single most important thing, because that has some vitamins in it along with other key things. It's been my secret to success for over 15 years. I think it's actually 18 years. I've been taking a functional food almost every day. Now I'm in the maintenance phase, so I just take 1 serving a day. It makes it much easier. I have 0 effort maintaining my progress with the functional food. So what is a functional food? It is a food formulated for the specific dietary management of a disease or condition for which distinctive nutritional requirements that cannot be met by diet alone. So it's something that helps get you what that system needs. So they have nutrients in them, a lot of vitamins and minerals. Now, not quite enough. It would be good to take a few other things, but if you're only taking this, you're covering a lot of the bases. It's got folic acid in the form that your body doesn't have to convert to the active form. It's ready to use. Now that's important because 1/3 of you at least cannot convert folate to its active form. You don't have to worry about that with this one. It's got the B vitamins and a lot of other things. And also their low glycemic index to decrease insulin. We want to decrease insulin. There have been 15 published studies showing increased satiety and delay of return of hunger. Now, is that helpful when you're trying to lose weight?
Yes.
It's very helpful. But do they really work? Now, here's a study where they compared these to a placebo, and what they found was 35 times greater significant decrease in triglyceride levels. We want triglycerides down. 3 times greater decrease in fasting insulin. You'll want to decrease insulin quickly. 44% lower fasting blood sugar, and over 4 times greater decreased blood sugar 2 hours after eating. All beneficial things. So these are the ones that I recommend and use. And which of these do I use? I use all of them periodically. I just finished with the detox one. That's what I've been using for the last couple weeks. They all help different things. We'll go through that briefly. But studies have shown that people with the worst problems benefit the most. So they're very helpful for everyone, no matter where you're at. If we look at heart disease and diabetes, here's a study where they had people either on a good diet plus a functional food or just the good diet. Very good study comparing the two. We did have some good benefit with just taking a good diet, but when you add the functional food, we get faster weight loss, faster system fix, 2 times greater cholesterol decrease, 3 times greater decrease in triglycerides. It just speeds everything up. This is the functional food I like to use with anyone that has heart disease or blood pressure problems or problems with diabetes. And right now, 50% of all Americans have diabetes or pre-diabetes. So take half of you here, you would either have pre-diabetes or diabetes. How many drugs would you have to take to equal that functional food, affecting triglycerides and cholesterol and blood pressure and blood sugar and everything else? It would look like this. You'd have to take a lot of them, and that's what we want to move away from. What if you have muscle loss or low energy? There's a different functional food. That problem is called sarcopenia, and 80% of men and women between 35 and 80 have moderate to severe muscle loss. And muscle loss is a very, very serious problem. Who's this guy, by the way? That's the Arnold. He has sarcopenia. Now, hopefully he's gained that back from where he was. To treat this muscle loss problem, I always used to use whey protein. And that was the gold standard. It was the most helpful thing for building muscle until supplements with essential amino acids and leucine came around. That's how much muscle whey can build and casein can build. Look at this. Significantly more from the daily meal. 20 grams of vegan protein, so it's a good amount of protein. It's got essential amino acids. And the real key, there's tons of protein drinks out there. It's got 1,600 milligrams of leucine. Leucine is the key to building muscle. If you have inflammation, there's a different functional food for that. Here's a cool study. They looked at curcumin, turmeric, and they did a study, and the study showed significant improvements in memory and concentration. PET scans confirmed they had less amyloid plaque in their brain. That plaque is what tangles up the neurons and makes you get Alzheimer's disease. Improved memory by 28%. Anyone use that? That would be helpful. Increased levels of BDNF. Now that's a marker that shows your body's actually making new neurons and restoring brain function. Reduced Alzheimer's disease. And it also is shown to reduce insulin resistance, hyperlipidemia, inflammation, metabolic syndrome, and obesity. The product is called Inflamease. I use this product some every week. Digestive and GI problems. The best functional food is called GI Restore. And if you have leaky gut, if you have digestive problems, this is a really good one to start with because it gets the system functioning correctly so that everything can work right. And the last one, if you have toxic problems, which we all do, here's the detox formula. Now you can just use this as your daily serving, or if you want to get more aggressive, we'll talk about this in a coming lesson. There's a detox kit which has a meal plan and everything. It's a 10-day program which can help really detoxify your body. So what do the studies show about food replacement? You buy all your food from a company and do that. What do they show? They don't work long term. Some of you have been there, done that. What do they show? Here's a few of them. What do they show about functional food use long term? They do work.